Good day, everyone. Hope you already had lunch and are excited to dive into the third part of our virtual conference series. My name is Manik Alonso from EcoWays Coalition and IPEN, and I will be your moderator for today. I am joining you from Quezon City here in the Philippines. We are also joined by Leah as our Zoom host, and for technical support by Marnie Dalera from Antipolo City, Kenneth from Davao City, and Handra from Jakarta. Before we proceed, let's do a quick check to see if you are hearing us loud and clear. Can you type in the chat box below your current location? From which city or country are you joining us from? Okay, we have participants from Vietnam, from Nonthaburi, Thailand, from Quezon City, Philippines, from Taguig City, Philippines, from Yogyakarta, from Davao, of course, from Bali. Is there any place that I was not able to mention? Oh, from Nanjing, China. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We are happy that you could all be with us today. This virtual conference is co-organized by Nexus 3, Earth, and the EcoWays Coalition, and supported by the Stockholm Environment Institute and IPEN. The IPEN-C regional network is composed of public interest NGOs in 10 countries in Southeast and East Asia who are working for a toxics-free future for all. Our last regional conference was held in Puerto Princesa City in 2018, where we had 3 days of rich discussion about the issues and concerns that matter to us. We talk about experiences in effective campaign strategies, as well as in fundraising and so on. As some of you may know, our original plan was to meet face-to-face in Bali, Indonesia. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we opted to go online. This virtual setup has provided us an opportunity to reach out to a broader audience and to involve more groups. So a warm welcome to new friends beyond our existing network who are joining us right now. We know that not everyone has good internet access and doing everything online is quite challenging. So we thank you in advance for being patient and to bear with us for whatever technical glitches or connectivity issues we might experience during the conference. Despite the limitations, we really look forward to your active participation in this online conference. At this point, please allow me to highlight some meeting reminders. Dear participants, this session is being recorded with your consent. We are also airing this live on a number of Facebook pages. When not speaking, please be on mute and turn on your videos when you are speaking. For those participating via Facebook, thank you. You can use the comment section should you have questions. Let us now review why we are here and where we are in our conference journey. Roughly 70% of the world's urban population lives in developing countries, and in these areas, communities are disproportionately exposed to toxic chemicals, with marginalized and vulnerable groups such as pregnant women and children at greater risk. Toxic chemicals have been linked to disturbed immune response and other serious illnesses. Therefore, the efforts of civil society groups to pursue citizen science initiatives across Southeast and East Asia towards addressing pollution problems in their communities is very crucial. That is why we have decided to focus our regional conference on citizen science and its role in preventing and reducing urban pollution from toxic chemicals. The first 2 days of our virtual conference series focus on what citizen science is, and we heard about many inspiring citizen science initiatives in the region and beyond that resulted in good outcomes. For example, on day one, we discussed in particular how citizen science helps implement the Sustainable Development Goals. On day two, we zeroed in on how citizen science helps promote women's health. If you want to review the presentations on the first 2 days of the conference, they are all available on the conference website at ipenc.asia. For today and next week, we will focus on challenges and solutions. If you will recall from the first presentation of Rachel of the Stockholm Environment Institute, she shared the findings of their research on what are the challenges facing citizen science initiatives. Among the challenges she cited were how to engage the very poor in projects and how to ensure data quality standards. Pen Chom, who is with us today, in her presentation, emphasized the importance of collaborating with scientists, connecting with the media, and the general public. Last week, we also heard from Pam and Andreas how their initiatives sought to promote the participation of women, youth, and indigenous communities in particular. So for today, we will be tackling these challenges one by one and collectively think of ways to solve them. Our program today is very special as we will have more time listening and interacting with one another. But before we go further into that process, we will first hear two short presentations from Vietnam and the Philippines. As you know, an immense challenge we all are facing is the pandemic, which has limited most of our movements. How do we pursue citizen science given these mobility restrictions and safety challenges? We will hear how two public interest groups, with the involvement of community volunteers, are implementing their citizen science projects while the pandemic is raging. Please note that these are not pre-recorded presentations, so we have no subtitles. You can all stay in the Zoom room. There is, however, live language interpretation on the Chinese channel. Our first sharer is Ms. Chinky Pelino Gole, Executive Director of Interfacing Development Interventions for Sustainability, or EDIS, based in Davao City, Southern Philippines. Chinky will share about their citizen science initiative that aims to address air pollution through the protection of heritage trees in Davao City, the largest city in the Philippines with a total land area of 2,444 square kilometers. Take it away, Chinky.
Hello from Davao City. Good afternoon, everyone. So I will be presenting the Davao Citizen Science Heritage Trees Project. But before that, let me share with you briefly what is our organization all about. So our organization, IDIS, or IDIS stands for Interfacing Development Interventions for Sustainability Incorporated is a Davao City-based environmental non-government organization. We've been existing for 21 years already, and we've been doing policy advocacy work, partnership building, promotion of replicable and innovative environmental practices. So we are very thankful to IPEN for giving us this opportunity to share our project, our citizen science project. So what is our citizen science project? This is about saving heritage trees in Davao City by mapping the heritage trees in Davao City through the citizen science approach. And we're very much grateful for the support of IPEN and other partners. So why did we conceptualize this project? In Davao City, we've been proud that we call Davao City as our tagline here is life is here. And when I arrived in Davao City, it's a green city and livable city. But at the same time, we've also observed that there's a massive urban deforestation in Davao City as a result of the implementation of the Build, Build, Build program of the national government. And there's also an extensive infrastructure development, such as road widening, coastal road development, building of more infrastructures that continuously remove and cut trees in the urban areas. And of course, there's an increasing air pollution and heat island effect in the urban areas. We also recognize that there's no existing local policy that mandates the protection and preservation of these heritage trees. But most importantly, we believe we recognize that trees are beneficial for both the environment and public health. Thus, there's a need to protect and increase their number, not remove or cut them. Our overall goal for this project is to contribute in addressing air pollution through the protection of existing heritage trees in the urban areas of Davao City. And our project objectives include one, mobilizing and capacitating citizen science volunteers, generating maps of heritage trees in the urban areas, documenting issues and concerns on existing heritage trees, and develop and submit a policy proposal to the City Council for the protection and conservation of these heritage trees. Our project implementation started in October, and we hope to end or to finish the project implementation by December. So our project activities involve the development of data collection tool, and then the online project launching and multimedia promotions, the capacity building workshop for our citizen science volunteers, and the simultaneous conduct of tree mapping, inventory, and measurements. So from bullet 1 to 3, we're already done with this. And then we're currently doing the simultaneous conduct of tree mapping, inventory, and measurements. We will also do the consolidation, computation, and analysis of data and results. Then we'll produce a video documentation of our project. We will present it to the public, and hopefully before Christmas this year, we'll turn over our policy proposal to the City Council. But of course, knowing that this is our work, this is our advocacy in EDs, our project will not end on the submission alone. We will lobby for the enactment and implementation of this proposal. So we also recognize that there are really challenges in implementing this project. First, of course, we recognize that citizen science as an approach is new to us. So we're still trying to learn, we're capacitating ourselves, our organization, our volunteers. And then our movement is also being restricted with the existing protocols because of this pandemic. So in the implementation of this project, we're really trying to adhere to the existing guidelines and existing protocols. So we make sure that our volunteers and even us, we wear PPEs, we observe the physical distancing, and we don't group ourselves in 5 or more, and so on. So we try to really follow the protocols. But of course, if there's no pandemic, it could be easier for us. So aside from the challenges, we also recognize that there are really opportunities for us in implementing this project. First, there's an opportunity for us to capacitate ourselves. So what I have mentioned earlier, citizen science is a new approach to us, and we're trying to learn, and we hope to learn more on this, on the implementation of this. And this is our opportunity to really capacitate ourselves, our organization. This is also an opportunity for EDs to identify and mobilize commitment for genuine commitment, no, from our volunteers for trees and environmental protection. And I tell you that we have these volunteers, committed volunteers, and actually some of them are actually inside this virtual conference also. And of course, to have additional or to lobby for additional environmental policy for Davao City, replicate this study and the policy in other LGUs in South Central Mindanao. So the next three slides are photos of our actual project implementation. So as you can see here in Davao City, there are really huge trees. We call the heritage trees, and also these are our volunteers now in the photos. So more photos of our volunteers doing the actual tree mapping, geotagging, measurement of trees. And this is our initial map based on the data entries of our volunteers. As you can see in this map, the yellow dots actually represent the areas in the trees already mapped or geotag in the urban areas of Davao City. So we hope to gather more data as our volunteers will also send their data entries. And this is also the ED's team, the whole ED's team. So we are also doing the actual tree mapping and geotagging in the field. So that's all. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was short and sweet, Chinky. And thank you for sharing those photos of heritage trees in Davao. It really reminded me of Penang in Malaysia, where I used to live and work in the late 90s. We look forward to hearing from you about the results in December once the project is already completed. And of course, you can ask questions to Chinky later during the open forum. You could also type in your questions at the chat box. Our next, thanks again, Chinky. Our next sharer is Tang Mu Yen, who is a project officer of the Research Center for Gender, Family, and Environment in Development, or CGFED. She is also the co-founder of Why Change, a working group on gender equality. She will talk about their citizen science survey looking into community awareness on and ways to address the municipal plastic waste problem in Hanoi, Vietnam. The floor is yours, Tang.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Yeah, it's okay. You can see my
Hello.
presentation, right? Hi.
Yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Hi. Thank Mani to introduce me. I'm Thanh Nguyễn from CCFES, the Research Center for Gender, Family, and Environment in Development. And today I would like to introduce all of you our small citizen science project. And first of all, so I just provide you as a short introduction about the CCFES. CCFES is the founded in the 2000 in 1993, and CCFES as a Vietnamese non-governmental act for gender equality based on the freedom, diversity, and human rights through the doing research, policy advocacy, and in the period from the 2015 and 2020, the CCFES focused on protection and protection of women and children's rights. In addition, seen from the 1990 to now, CCFES had relevant study on the toxin on the world in the use of the chemical in agricultural production environment effects on the reproductive health of women and children. Also, the use of the toxic chemical in the electronic industry. We also have to conduct several studies on the leaf level of decorative paint in Vietnam and its effect on human on human health, especially in the children. And secondly, and I would like to introduce the project. The project name is Study on the Community Awareness on the Use and Address of Municipal Plastic Waste. We can call MPW in Hanoi, Vietnam. The project from October to November 2020 in the Nghĩa Tân Hoa, Cầu Giấy District, Hanoi, Vietnam. So why we want to do this project? Because based on our research, we found out that in the 2015, Vietnam ranked 20 in the world in the term of MPW, and also we ranked among the top country with inadequate treatment accounting for 5.78% of this proportion worldwide. However, you can see that due to the low level of awareness among the public, waste segregation is a big challenge in our country. As such, more of the municipal waste is currently not separated at source. Therefore, MPW management have been considered as one of the most environmental problem, as the quantity of the solid waste have increased, while infrastructure for collection and shipment are not sufficient. And in addition, we can see that the public awareness is very important. However, in Vietnam, we still have no report to show the wide view of current awareness of community about MPW to provide a comprehensive solution. That's why we want to do this project, and our objective, we want to figure out firstly the current situation of MPW treatment system in Vietnam and especially in Hanoi city. Secondly, we want to find out the practice of the use and handling MPW among population. Thirdly, the awareness of community on the negative impacts of MPW, and the last, we want to provide several recommendations for more sustainable solutions to raise public awareness on MPW. And who is our participation? And we know that this is a citizen science project, right? And that's why you can see the six beautiful face is our student from the different university in Vietnam. The reason we want to select them, the 6 students have been selected as the key citizen science, who is a direct beneficiary and also the participant on this project. And in this project, we aim to involve the student not only, improve their knowledge on MPW, but also we want to create a core group to continue to advocate for MPW issue through raising public awareness and also the policy advocacy in the future. So that's why using this project, our students are able to involve all of the activity, including the gathering, analyzing data, writing report process, and also they can promote the project through social media and through the related conference. And how we do this project? Firstly, we do the desk review to figure out exactly what the current situation of MPW treatment system in practice and also in policy in Vietnam and especially in Hanoi. Secondly, we're doing survey with the 120 citizens who living in Nghĩa Tân Hoa. And it's the last but very important that we do in the media. So the media, we try to promote through firstly the online media, in the social media, and we also will organize several series, film and movie about the MPW, about the environment for the student, invite them to the city west and organize a series film for them. And the lastly, we try to contact and present the result of this project in the several relevant conference. And it's a very more important thing that we concern, that is how we dealing with the COVID, right? It's very serious at the moment. So luckily in Vietnam, so we are successfully control the epidemic situation without the infection case in the past 2 months. That's why all Vietnamese citizens now allow back to the normal lives, as we can working, gathering, or participating in the social activity. And then we're doing this survey. Our team ensure to follow the Vietnamese regulation, including the social distancing, wearing face mask, and using gel hand sanitizers. sanitize. So that's all about the project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tang, for introducing us to CIGFED and to your very interesting citizens science project. We wish you success as you complete your timely initiative within 2 months only.
Yes. Thank you.
Um, Before we proceed to the Q&A, I would like to recognize some of our colleagues who are also present. Lem Manalo, who is coordinating the citizen science project protecting heritage trees in Davao City by EDIS. Welcome, Lem. I also present in this meeting is Yuyun Ismawati, a senior advisor of Nexus 3, formerly Bali Focus. Welcome, Yuyun. We will now entertain some questions if you have any, directed towards Chinky or Tran. You can use the chat box if you like for your for your question.
Hi, I have a
Yes,
question.
Nina, please.
Hi, thank you both for the very inspiring presentations. It's really nice to see that you're able to implement these kind of projects in these really challenging times. That's very inspiring. I was wondering, Chinky, do you also have maps of the air pollution? And also, are you collecting or do you have available maps of socioeconomic indicators? Because I think it would be quite interesting to be able to intersect these maps with the maps that you're developing of the heritage trees and to be able to say something in the advocacy about the impacts and the factors that may be important in your advocacy.
Thank you, Nina. Chinky, would you like to respond, please?
Thank you, Nina, for that question. Yes, our organization also sits as a member of the Airshed Governing Board in Davao City and in Davao region. So we have access to information on the air quality. So we have maps and information, and we are also taking that as a suggestion and additional input, not to in the analysis of our project implementation and the data analysis. So yes, I believe we have the information, the maps in Davao City, the socioeconomic indicators and the air quality maps in Davao City, and we will include that in our data analysis and presentation of the results of the project. Thank you very much, Nina. Thank you.
Thank you, Chinky. We have a question here from Tony Dison of the Ecoways Coalition. He says, Davao City is home to several ethnic groups. Do you have any plan of involving the various tribes in your citizen science project, as the protection of the heritage trees in the city is certainly connected with the protection of Davao City's rich cultural heritage? Chinky, please.
Thank you for that question, Tony. Yes, we have Kadayawan Festival in Davao City because there's initially 11 IP tribes in Davao City. So in connection to this project, our idea at first is that to really include everyone, every Davaoenyo who will commit to participate in the project implementation. And actually, I am amazed with with our actual volunteers, because we have IP volunteers. So we have from Bagobo, Tagabawa to Mandaya and other IP tribes who are also joining us as citizen science volunteers. So it was not originally really included in the original plan, because we want to all the volunteers to really join us. But we are amazed that the turnout, because as of now we have around 35 citizen science volunteers and we have IP volunteers, and we are very happy with that, and we are thankful for their participation.
Great. Thank you, Chinky. Any further question? I have one actually for Tang. Are you still there, Tang?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you thinking of using the result of your survey to develop and promote related policies that will aim to prevent and reduce plastic waste in Hanoi City?
Yes, using this result for the policy advocacy is one of our plan. However, it's quite a short, and at that moment, during our understanding, there's no regulation on modification or the fix at the moment. So that's why what our first step that we will use and we will spread this result in all of the related conference of the and try to, how can I say, try to promote the result to the other organization working in environment. Let them know that we have this result and they can use this result every time they want to advocate for the policy or for the other, the authority. So, and in the next time when we know that any public, any regulation on the way of the fixing advocacy, we will use this.
Thank you, Tang. And
Yeah.
for the information of the participants, CGPED is contributing a lot to the development and promulgation of lead paint regulation in Vietnam.
Yeah.
They're almost there.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you all for the questions, and let us give Chinky and Tang a virtual round of applause for their excellent presentations. Thank you. We will now proceed to our next activity, the simultaneous breakout session. Our objective is to discuss the different challenges facing citizen science and to think of ways to address these challenges. For the breakout session, we plan to answer the following questions. First, how do we ensure diverse and more meaningful participation of marginalized groups in citizen science? Question 2, how could we support and collaborate more with one another to strengthen citizen science practice in the region? Who else should or can we partner with? Question 3, how do we ensure quality methodology and data in citizen science? And question 4, in what ways can we maximize or take full advantage of citizen science to effectively influence policy? We will have 4 breakout sessions. Each group will tackle one question or topic only. For breakout room 1, participation. Breakout room 2, collaboration. Breakout room 3, quality, methodology, and data. And for the last, breakout room 4, influencing policy. We have assigned moderators for each breakout room. Among other things, the moderators will guide and facilitate the breakout session and encourage the participants to share. Krishna Saki for the participation breakout room, Marnie Dolera of the EcoWaste Coalition for breakout room 2 on collaboration, Bobby Tib Taisong of Earth will moderate breakout room 3 on quality, methodology, and data, and Chinky Pelino Gole will moderate breakout room 4 on influencing policy. So how long is the breakout session? 30 minutes. And we hope that this will be the most interactive and fun part of our conference. Now, may I request you to please type in the chat box which breakout session you want to join. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Please note there will be a maximum of 10 people per breakout room so that we have a balanced distribution of participants in the discussion groups. Kindly type in the chat box your preferred breakout session number if you have not yet done so. While you are typing it in the chat box, we will play a recording of what you will be doing inside the breakout room. Let's hear from Marnie.
Krishna. Or Handra.
Hi everyone, my name is Marnie Dolera and I am here to give you a short tutorial on how to use Jamboard for our breakout room sessions. When you enter your breakout room, your moderator will introduce him or herself and they will give you the question that you need to discuss for this session. Now, I'm sure that many of you have already been to physical workshops before the quarantine and you're already familiar with meta cards. Okay, what are meta cards? They are small pieces of colored cards where you can write your ideas and then paste it onto the board so that you can share it with everyone. But since we're doing this digitally, we are using Jamboard so that you can have a digital metacard experience. And this is how you use it. All you have to do is take your cursor, click the little sticky note icon, which will open it up, and type in your idea. So let's say I have an idea. Okay, you can change the color of your sticky note to anything you want, and then you can save it. Once you've pressed save, it will appear on the Jamboard itself. The sticky note window will still be open so that you can add another idea if you want. But if you're done, just press cancel and it will go away. You can position the meta card wherever you want, okay, just by clicking on it. See, just as I did. So if you have your meta card here and you want to put it here, all you have to do is click, don't let go of your mouse, and just drag it. See, all done. And if you change your mind or you want to add anything to your meta card, all you have to do is click the meta card again and then click the three dots, which is called actually a hamburger menu. Yes, that's the real name for it, hamburger menu. Click it and then you can either edit or duplicate or delete. So if you want to edit it, I have a new idea. Click save and I'm done. Okay, if you change your mind, just click on it again and delete. Okay, there are other controls here. If you want, you can add an image either from your computer or from a link on a website. See, just drag your picture over, or you could go for Google image search, or you can choose your Google Drive, okay, or you can use photos that you've already uploaded. Okay, and you can also use the text box. See? And just type anywhere. And then delete. Okay, I hope that helps you and see you at the session later. Bye!
Well, thank you so much, Marnie. May I check with Leah if you are already done assigning each participant to a breakout room?
Yes, we have finished Manny, but only those who have already indicated in the chat box their preference. We're still waiting for many more to indicate what breakout session they want to join.
Yes. Maybe we give another minute for people to choose.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
just to say, we've already closed breakout session 3, so you have to go to another breakout session.
Breakout session 3 is about, wow, quality methodology and data. Hmm, good choice. All are good choices, actually. Keep them coming. How's the situation, Leah?
Okay, we're still waiting for a few more. Okay, yeah, Tan, you're already there, but it's okay. We haven't opened the breakout rooms yet. We're still waiting for uh, everyone's ano. Okay, so far we have Manny. We have 4 in breakout room 1 participation, 3 in breakout room 2 collaboration, 9 in breakout room 4. 3, 9 in data and methodology, and 3 in influencing policy. So we can open the breakout rooms now, and then those who have not yet, we could still assign you and you could join in a bit.
Okay, all right. So I'll see you after 30 minutes. Enjoy your interaction with one another. Thank you. Welcome back to the plenary, dear participants. How was your group interaction and how did you find the Jamboard? Let us now hear the highlights of discussions from each of the breakout group. We're giving 3 minutes for each group. Hope that's okay with you. May we hear first from Krishna of Breakout Group 1 on participation. Krishna,
Okay,
thank
thank you,
you.
Manny. From breakup room 1, she will volunteer to present the result from our discussion from breakup 1. Please
Yeah.
continue, Tan.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
and Krishna is now making a presentation.
Uh,
Can?
yeah. Hi. So I'm so honored to on behalf of
Uh,
the room 1. So as our question is
okay.
how do we ensure diverse and more meaningful participation of marginalized group in citizen science? And after discussing, we had the 4 issues to answer this question. The first one, that we think it's the most important thing to can involve the marginalized group, that we just set up very clear about our position, that we just ally and the supporter of this group, so let them become the leader of their community. We should to respect their voice, their experience, and also we need to involve them into the whole process as the decision making, as the decision maker. For example, we let them enroll from the beginning of the process, including the finding the issue, analyzing data, implementing or monitoring, and very important, we treat them as the subject, not the object. And after that, during the running or implementing the project, it's very important, like we create awareness among the citizen and the issue at hand, how it affects to the public health, environment, livelihood. And the next step, we need to explain the benefit, the process, and the impact of undertaking of the project, and also try to solve all the problems that the marginalized group are facing at the moment. So yeah, it's our discussion on how to answer this question. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much,
Uh,
Tan. That's
yeah, anyone
wonderful.
want to add? Sorry. If
Yes,
anyone in the group want to add us, please.
yes. And I
Yeah.
think we'll have opportunity later for other people to ask questions or to make additional points. Thank you, Tan. May we now move to the second group? I do not know who's reporting. Maybe it's Marnie for team collaboration.
Yeah, it's me.
Thank you, Marnie.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm gonna share my screen now. Oh, Tan, I think you're still sharing your screen. Thank you. Okay. Um, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
It's okay
Please
now.
let me know when it's there. It's there? Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, so the question we were assigned was how could we support and collaborate with one another more to strengthen citizen science practice in the region? Who else should we or can we partner with? So we identified four areas where we can strengthen our partnerships, and that would be with local organized groups, which is in this portion, with the government in green, with creatives and creative people in pink, and professional groups in blue. So to summarize, our group decided that it was best to coordinate with local groups who are already organized and on the ground, such as student groups, local health workers, and um, and other volunteer organizations who are already working on environmental issues. And then we decided that we could also partner with the government, use them to our advantage. So we collaborate with lawmakers, specifically congressmen and women, to pass more laws, and also so we can have more accessibility when collecting data, because usually there are issues with collecting data and preparing documents. And then we can also partner with the DNR so we can utilize their resources and people. And then for collaboration with creative people, we decided it would be a good idea because it would help more people to get to know what we're doing, get more people interested, and therefore we can get more funding. And lastly, we can collaborate with professional organizations such as epidemiologists, as an example. Is there a network of epidemiologists that we can partner with? Because this could increase our support with science and training and also policy and advocacy. And it can also give us more leads in terms of accessing project money. And then, for example, EDIS has collaborations with scientists and foresters, specifically when they're doing this project for the heritage trees of Davao. So their usual way of doing it is when they have projects, they look for other professionals that they can collaborate with. And that is it for our group. If you have any other questions or if any group members want to add to this discussion, please go ahead.
Later.
Thank you.
Later,
Yeah,
Marnie.
later. Later during
Ma-
the open forum.
Maraming salamat, Marnie, and team collaboration.
Hey, yes, team
Now,
collaboration. Go team.
now
Woo!
let's hear the highlights of Breakout Group 3 from Penchom and Bobby on quality, methodology, and data. Bobby, Penchom, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. How can I share the screen?
Don't ask me
Share.
why.
Okay. I asked myself. Okay. So, oh, you can see now.
Yes,
Um, yeah, I will. Okay, I will start with the quality data on our pink sticky notes. Yeah. Um, for the good start and how to ensure the quality data in citizen science, we need expert who can help in both analyzing in scientific things about testing and analysis, both sample and in my opinion, interpret from this, both sampling and the data itself. Also interpret the data, read the scientific into for the public interpretation so that it's understandable. And apart from good protocol, apart from need expert, we need good protocol to start with. And then for those scientific experts, we need a proper technical training for volunteer, for our NGO volunteer and local people who voluntary help in data gathering, this technical training. Also, the proper data cleaning and management is also needed in data management, so that after we have all those, we need to know the, I would say, the theory or the how to transform those information in scientific knowledge into strategy, into so that we can campaign and advocate in the policy level. Yeah, that's all.
Pencham?
Yeah, for the quality of methodology, there are several ideas like developing ideas of what we want to do. And there's the idea about participatory rural appraisal, saying that this approach aims to incorporate the knowledge and opinions of rural people into the planning and management of development projects and programs. Then they should have a consideration who will be able to be our partners and dividing roles and responsibilities of each partner, create a methodology that is approachable or simplifier or for citizen scientists without, of course, sacrificing the quality of data and results. Also, they should have organizing a discussion group to brainstorming any methodology that will fit into what we want to do. And the methodology needs to be practicable for the users, like for the civil society groups or community readers. Then should modify methodologies that correspond to certain external situations, for example, pandemics and calamities. Moreover, it should involve other civil society groups in the conduct of the research and involve young generations in methodologies development. Also, the university researchers may be a good resource for methods or even analysis. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Akarapon and Pencham, for your sharing. We will now move to the last group on influencing policy. Thanks again to Team QDM. Chinky, please.
Yes, hello again. So in our group, we volunteered Lemuel Manalo to be our reporter for our output. So I'll be sharing my screen and Lem will report.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is the outputs of the group 4. We are the policy group. We have arranged our outputs, our comments, and even our notes with the 3 main topics. The first row is talking about the the citizens' role in policy formulation. And the second row in yellow is more on strengthening the communities, the local communities. And number three, or the blue row, is more on maximizing the citizen knowledge by community-based research and other activities. And we also have a related topic, which is more on the promotion of their outputs, the knowledge of the citizens through social media. Let's start first in the participation of the citizens in policy formulation. We have the reviewing and relevant regulations related to the city planning office, especially on the conservation and biodiversity. And the citizens should partner the policymakers in data gathering to support policies. And also for the audience to present results for the study the parliament members, and there should be a linkage with the city officials, the city planners, and the other related regulation. The second row is more on strengthening the local communities and other stakeholders. The stakeholders should be multi and diverse, with diverse sectors for decision making. They should be included in monitoring groups and even in decision making bodies. And also to intensify the local and tribes, the indigenous peoples in implementing policy. We need to hear their voice. And to also the partnership with the schools, there might be a strong academic partnership with the stakeholders. The partnership with the schools could also provide a knowledge and scientific documents and assessments that we can also utilize. The citizens to be mobilized, scientists, volunteers should also be lobbying in activities or joining in campaigns, and also the stakeholders' participation, especially as we have also indicated that the sectors um, that will be strengthened are coming from different sectors, such as from the youth, from the indigenous peoples groups, from the handicap or from the PWD sectors, the women and the gender equality sectors, and etc. And also all of these topics are related to and how we can promote, which is in the orange part. The social media plays a big role in disseminating and sharing the findings from the community and citizen knowledge. So we need to intensify how the citizen knowledge is being valued, and they are equipped in especially in decision making process. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Lemuel and Chinky. Thank you, dear participants, for all your contributions. Before we switch to the open forum, may we request everyone to please turn on your videos so we could take a group photograph. Are we all ready? Who's taking photo, Leah?
I'll take the photo. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, everyone, on a count of three. Okay, look at your camera.
Si Tony wala pa. Si Handra wala pa. Handra, turn on your camera.
Tony.
Tony.
Wow, Eunice there. Okay, is everyone ready?
Tony, where are you?
Where's Tony?
Tony,
Okay.
you're missing in action.
3,
Yes,
2,
Two,
1. Okay, any other?
Great.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
We'll Photoshop Tony into the
Thank you, Leah. Okay,
Thank
after
you,
hearing from
Manny.
all the breakout groups, we now open the floor for the open forum. If you have questions, comments, other ideas that you would like to add, please feel free to speak up. Kindly raise your hand and I will recognize you one by one. We have 10 minutes for this open forum. Anyone? Any additional points? Yuyun is recognized.
Okay, thank you, Manny.
Thank you, Yuyun.
In so many works or campaign that we do, at some point we felt that we have to engage with another group or network who's advocating different issues. For instance, the chemicals and waste group need to reach out the climate group. But I'm wondering how far, I mean, when we should engage another group. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuyun.
To collaborate with their campaign. Thank you.
Yes. If anyone would like to respond to Yuyun or any further comments or ideas, thanks for that, Yuyun.
Can I say something,
Oh,
Manny?
yes, Leah, please.
Sorry, it's not a response to you, Yun, to Ibu, but more a reflection after hearing all the presentations. My reflection was that even if, of course, we tackled these challenges separately, no, participation, collaboration, effective influencing policy and the data, but actually they're all interrelated. Like for instance, in the policy group, one thing that was highlighted that came out was the importance of the involvement of the people, right? For the results to be an effective input to policy, organized groups are important. The community involvement is important. Stakeholders are important. So that's why. At the same time, it also came out that even for policy making, for effective policy making, that quality data is important, right? Which was also the challenge tackled by Group 3. So parang these are all different elements to make it successful and to make really changes on the ground, both in policy and on communities' lives.
Thank you, Leah. Any further thoughts before we wrap up? Leah, how's our time?
We're good. We could still, if if people are still now just trying to absorb things, maybe we could devote a few more time to letting people speak if they have something to say.
Yes. Any further contributions from anyone? From Breakout Group 1?
I think Tan
Marnie?
and Will were raising their hands.
I did not see their hands. Tang, would you
Yes.
like to speak? Thank you.
No, I have
No,
no contribution.
thank
Sorry.
you. Uh,
Okay, I saw the reactions go up. Oh, Chinky, that.
all right.
I think Chinky's raising her hand.
Okay, Chinky, please. It doesn't
Thank
show in my screen.
you.
Sorry.
No, it's a real raising of hand. It's not the
All
virtual.
right. So you really have to do.
I'm still used to the physical meeting and
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe because of the meta card. So Chinky was
yeah,
reminded of the
Right.
real life.
true. So actually I'm still thinking about Yuyun's question earlier about how our local initiatives can be replicated in other countries or in at the national and international level. So in our breakout session earlier, we talked about like making this step-by-step approach module or handout so we can share with everyone, every partner or participating organizations of IPEN and also other partners at the local and national levels. So yeah, I think if you can also have that from other partners on their citizen science initiatives. It will be very helpful for everyone, for every participating organization to develop such modules or handouts and also share with partners. Yeah.
Thank you, Chinky. Any further contributions? Seeing none. All right.
Raising
Seeing
my
none.
hand.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Marnie is physically raising her hand.
Okay.
I'm old school.
Thank you, Marnie.
um, yes. Further to Yuyun's question, I think something we discussed in our group, the collaboration group, um, was more we need more collaboration with recognized scientific groups because they lend more credibility to our efforts, as well as they can also train our people on the ground in better scientific methods, in the latest technology that they can use. So I think that's where we decide. The question was, when do we decide to collaborate with other groups? I think that's when the other group's expertise should come in. More of giving training and verifying data that's collected, I suppose. My 2 cents. Two
Thank
centavos
you,
worth.
Marnie. Thank you, Marnie.
Thank you.
Yes. Actually, I would like to respond to Yuyun's question earlier about collaborating with other groups and what is the demarcation line. And I would actually like to recall what Yuyun said in the press release that we put out after the first part of this virtual conference series. She said, in citizen science, grassroots NGOs and community groups are the subject and the actors of the investigation, not a subject of a research project. I think that is very important, and it only emphasizes the fact that we really need to determine the genuineness of any citizen science project in terms of involving the marginalized groups in all phases of the initiative. It should not be shallow, superficial invitation for them to get involved, but they should really be part of the entire process. And I think that was also emphasized by Penchom in her short presentation, that community involvement is indispensable, and that must be ensured to ensure that the outcome of any citizen science project will truly benefit the marginalized. And I think with that, we can now temporarily suspend our discussion. Thank you to everyone for your active engagement in today's program. We were able to dive into the challenges faced by public interest groups like you in doing citizen science, as well as possible solutions to address these challenges. We also explored how the collaboration within and outside the network could be enhanced to strengthen citizen science in Southeast and East Asia. Thank you very much, Leah, IPNC Regional Coordinator, for successfully co-organizing this conference together with Nexus 3, Earth, and the EcoWaste Coalition. Let's give them a round of applause, the traditional way. Also, special thanks to Leah's amazing support team, comprised of Marnie, Kenneth and Handra. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Next week will also be very informative and insightful as we focus on health and policy. So don't forget to join us on November 25 for the fourth and final day of our conference series. But before you leave, let us extend our warmest Deepavali greetings to those celebrating the Festival of Lights. It's the celebration started last Saturday. Salamat Hari Raya Deepavali to Magas. She's around, I think. Happy Deepavali. Also, let us remember in our prayers the many families who are suffering in disaster-stricken communities in the Philippines and elsewhere. Thank you for your kindness and solidarity. Until our next conference on November 25, do take care everyone and keep safe and strong. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much.